episode 8 of this miniseries. Thanks for staying with us here. And already we've had some really interesting topics, and it'd be great to get your feedback. And this one specifically, we're looking at team building activities. Are they a gimmick? Should we be doing them at all? How important are they in these modern organizations that are distributed? Well, have a listen and let me know what you think. This is actually, I think, when you do observe team building activities in organizations, why some people are like, that was a mind-blowing, transformational experience. And then there's always somebody sitting at the back eating the cheese sandwiches going, I just can't wait to go home. This is such bullshit. Right? And therein is actually a bigger point, which is that the experience that we derive from a situation, the meaning that we derive from the experiences, should I say, is entirely subjective. And so, again, I'm going to come back to this. Are some gimmicky? I don't know. I can't say, but I may actually find that going and doing some paintballing with a team of people would be fantastic, because I'd never realized in myself how much I loved shooting people, and how actually I got some courage. I was always the quiet one, and oh my God, that was amazing. I actually finally got to assert myself, and I've given Dave from procurement a massive bruise on his ass after he's been a pain in the backside to me for all of that year. Then maybe that's great. Now Dave's walking away going, crap, that was crap. Sandra from accounting has just absolutely nailed me there. But in that situation, there are very subjective responses to the same experience. So I think when I'm personally if I'm trying to do team building activities for Exige, or thinking about those, and I've worked with some really fantastic practitioners here, and I'll give a big shout out to Rich Howard at Wild Spaces, that working with said individual or companies or experience team building activities to really think about what the outcome is you want, and then to recognize that there is going to be a variety of responses to said individual situations is really important. And then you have to just go be, it is what it is. And so what I would say, probably the best tactic I've seen in these things is to be very clear on the intentions going in, to share the intentions of the event, work with the individuals going into the team building exercises to say, what would you like to get from it? What are the intentions that you feel that you'd like to come out of this process with? And that is a very powerful way then to ensure that at least they're already thinking, the individual has a higher likelihood of experiencing and deriving meaning from that event in a way that is, in line with the objective that you set at the beginning.
Yeah, I like that one though, because I think you're absolutely right in terms of it's only really a gimmick if the intention of the company is to just go, oh, well, we should do some sort of team building thing. I know, send everyone bowling or something. Whereas if you have a genuine desire to go, right, we need this team to work through something more effectively in the future, or we need them to be able to strategize together. I know an escape room might help them think logically and help them delegate responsibilities, and it's that intention behind it that actually makes it a worthwhile pursuit or not.
Yeah, I'll just argue on that. It's not really it's in my intention for an outcome is not important in this, Sam, though. Like, my intention for you to have a great time and overcome problems in that escape room are almost meaningless. If, of course, you need to understand, or I would like you to appreciate that I care about you and I do have good intentions for you, so my outcome there is to build trust, then yes, it may be important. But actually, what's more important is that you go into it with an intention that's meaningful to you, and then that you are able to then elicit some type of insight which helps you evolve from where you were to where you want to be from said experience. So yeah, I think it always has to reside with the individual to some degree. It really does.
Yeah, but to counter that, then some people will go in with the intention of, oh gosh, this seems like your example with the paintballing. Some people might go into that going, oh God, I can't believe I'm being made to do this. So their intention not being to enjoy it. and then actually feel like they can assert themselves in a different kind of way. And in which case, the intention of the group or the community or the company to give them the opportunity to do something a bit different with the people they spend their days with is actually helpful to the individual, if you see what I mean.
Well, I would argue maybe that you're conflating intention with expectation. Like, to have an intent is to say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what is going to happen. Like, and then you may have an expectation, like, I think this is going to happen. You know, this is different from saying, this is what I'm going to do. I have an intent to do that thing. You know, I have an intent to not enjoy this experience. Like, I am not going to enjoy this. This is definitely going to be terrible. Oh, that's quite a difficult thing to do, isn't it? Maybe you have an expectation that it's going to be bad. You know, maybe you have an intent to be disruptive and to be difficult. You know, that, so it's, maybe that's really the key importance to have an understanding between those two things. Like, yeah. Again, it's why I come back to the intent. You know, I have an intent. Yes, I get it. But like, if you are actively trying to be disruptive, or you are going in there with a desire to be a pain in the ass, then I think there's probably even, that was in of itself, though, I would say for a team, that is a really important data point. Because what we've identified there is that there is a lack of integrity. Like, I want, you know, hopefully you'd be saying that everybody says, we want this to be a healthy team of group of people working well together. And if that individual is acting against that, then you have an issue with the culture of the team, of the mix of the team. So it could even be a great team building exercise to recognize who you've got to get off the bus. Change the team. Interesting one.